Really excited to share with you something really powerful, something that's going to go really deep. I hope going to go really deep for you today. And I wanted to start off with sharing some of the messages that I've been getting from my team in spirit about the energies that are going around the planet at this time and what some of this hidden energetic shifting is all about. Because most of us have been so focused with our eyes wide open and our hearts wide open at some of the things that are going on in the world outside. And my window's over there, that's why I looked outside. But there's a lot of stuff going on outside, like in that human world. And when I say outside, I really mean to say like everything that's external from your being. And there isn't exactly separation. Everything that goes on outside of you, obviously that's part of you, part of your experience here. And one part of us for many months now has been looking outside. Number one, to be prepared for all of this shifting. But the challenge with that is, if we turn inside, we're going to see a whole different world that's getting created. And what we're seeing on the outside versus what we're feeling on the inside might not exactly match. And I wanted to explain that just a little bit from a spiritual soul level perspective, okay? So I'm so excited to be with you guys too. Thank you for the beautiful welcoming messages that you've given to me. And I can't wait to kind of dive into some of these themes about what light workers, the healers, the helpers, the lovers, the conscious, awakened, intuitive beings of the world, or regular beings, they're welcome in my category too. I mean, everybody's a light worker that's awakening to this beautiful spirit, this light inside of themselves. So I'm going to share a few things about this year. And then the second part of our time together, I really want to take you through a guided energetic meditation. Now, I always hesitate to say that what I do is guided meditation because it's actually three things in one. Number one, I'm going to guide you through meditation, of course, and help you to connect to something that I see taking place for you. I'm also going to help facilitate moving your energy around, working with our teams in spirit, asking for partnership from the guides and the guardians of the seven rays, and also working with your higher selves so that you can get an energetic attunement, literally, a shift, a transformation when you are getting this meditation. The third thing that I'm going to do is open us up collectively, not just to the people who are connecting here on this Zoom program, but also to the light workers around the world, because even when we can't all be present in one moment, we are very capable of connecting to our tribes in spirit. And I love that word. I think it was Cynthia that said it earlier, maybe Noah, I'm not sure who said it, but I love that word. We are a spiritual tribe. We are a beautiful multi-generational family of light workers who have come to this planet at this time because we are here to make a positive difference. So part of what I want you guys to hear as I'm sharing these tips with you for this year and for the shift that we're going through is that you are not a passenger on this ride. And I think sometimes when we look at the world around us and we are bombarded by other people's opinions, by the facts of the world, by the occurrences around us, it's very easy for us to forget that we are also here to co-create and to create solutions, not to just get overwhelmed by the fears that we see or the things that make us feel vulnerable or the things that we feel out of control and out of power about. So when we see the traumas and the dramas and the challenges of the world, our job as light workers is we have to see that stuff, right? We have to be able to go, oh, there's a problem over there. That's one place that I can get my light and shine it into that space. I can put my hands together. I can set my intentions. I can start praying and invoking more source energy, more divine resources, more higher vibrations into that field, that situation, that person, those people, those things, fill in the blank, whatever it is that makes sense. We can send a part of our own authentic true selves, that divine spark inside of us, abundantly in those directions. And when we set the intention to call on the team that we belong to, and I'm going to say two parts to that team. There's a human part, the people on your team who have the same goals, the spiritual goals and soul objectives that are actually here on this planet incarnated. They're your like living team, but they're also your soul peeps. And then also your team in spirit, meaning the ones that are still up in those higher illuminated realms, the angels, the archangels, the star beings, the earth elementals, the Elohim in creation, all the nature spirits, everything that comes from Mother, Father, God. Those are the unmanifested ones, but they are manifested in the etheric planes. And we have so many realms that we can call on to receive that beautiful assistance and to back us up with our intentions. So let me kind of take a big deep breath. I know I've said a lot, but I haven't said much. And let me just kind of come back to center and what I want to share, because everything about my sharing today is about doing something very, very simple, bringing you home to you, and then raising your vibration. We are going to shed off in this meditation some of the sticky fears and the other people's voices and the cords of attachment and the negativity and the gunk and the junk that we've accumulated energetically, empathically, fearfully, forgetfully in our minds, in our hearts, in our bodies, in our auras, and in our spirits. So I want you to listen with a really beautiful open heart. Listen from the part of you that actually remembers you, not just your human you, your true you, your authentic you, the most amazing you who has infinite power, infinite access, infinite abilities to co-create amazing solutions, but not just solutions, the ability to just shine your light. That is the solution. Not to get burdened by the responsibilities of changing the whole world. You're not here to do the whole job all by yourself. Don't get overwhelmed and stopped before you even begin. Just take responsibility for the thing that you have, that you are capable of. And that is one single thing. It's very simple. It's shining your light and flowing with your own love and standing in your beautiful power. And then whatever you do from there, you can't help but make the world a better place. Okay? So 2020 has been a very, I don't have one word for it. Let's use the word challenging year. There's been so many challenges, and yet I don't like using the word challenges because there are also these amazing opportunities. So it's like two sides of a coin. If you're going to look at everything that's happened this year, you could point at it from one side of the coin and say negative, 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 negative. Challenge, 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 challenge. Oh shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. What? Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I'm freaking out. Like, you could look from that part of your viewpoint, or you can flip the coin over and say, there's a purpose to all of this. I don't know what the purpose is, but in my essence, in my core, in my truth, I know one thing for sure, and that is God's here too. Now, if I use the word God and you don't like that word, no problem at all. You have a feeling about that all-encompassing oneness, higher power energy, one spirit, one love, one soul, one light, whatever you consider that to be, or the allness of it, or the nothingness of it, that's your definition. I'm not here to define that for you. But when I say God, I mean the wisdom of oneness, the collective consciousness that is in it, which includes you, by the way. It's not just you're an outside observer, it's the collective consciousness. It is the spirit and the chi of pure love. It is the healing power of that all-encompassing energy. No matter how big the challenge is, let me say it again, God's present. The light is present there. Possibilities are present right there. It may look like one thing, but if you go past the first vision, the first surface image, the cover of the book, the story behind it is so multi-layered. So in this year, what we've really been dealing with, and the reason behind all of these things, is we've had all these amazing things come up on our planet that has shown us how united we really are capable of being. That is a fundamental message for this year: to unite, to connect, to partner, to coexist, and to co-create. And many of the things that have popped up in the news, even in the world around us, the topics that are being shown, not the details necessarily, but the topics behind them, have to do with things that touch every single person at the level of their humanity. The things that we're facing in our world have nothing to do with boundary lines that define a country. They have no limits in terms of a culture. They are not defined by gender. They are not defined by age. We are facing environmental things. We are facing health things. We are facing financial things, the reframing perhaps of how the world functions in so many different ways. And what's going on way deep underneath the surface is a violet flame agenda that is part of the Aquarian age, I believe. And I'm going to offer this to you. You never have to take my truth as your truth, but I invite you to take it in your heart. And if it fits for you, even if you have to tweak the vocabulary, you go right ahead and do that. Make it yours if it feels right for you. But I believe that for 2,000 years, and we just started this age of Aquarius, but for 2,000 years, this age of Aquarius is going to be dominated by a huge spiritual, divinely inspired cleanup job that is one of the fundamental rays that is on the planet at this time, that is going to help increase the light here. It is why so many light workers have woken up in the past decades. It is why we have searched for divination tools. It is why we have learned how to meditate. It is why all of a sudden there's a yoga studio in every single corner and everybody's talking about spiritual practices and religions, and everything's getting revamped. So if something doesn't work, we find another thing that helps us to connect. But for the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years on this planet, lightworker generations have been coming and landing here. And this is all part of a great big plan to really prepare the consciousness of the world for a great big shift. A shift into what? I wish I could tell you. I wish I could guarantee you that this is going to happen and that's going to happen and that's going to happen. But to be perfectly honest, in my meditations this year, my guides are not ready to say that it's going to look like this or like that. We're still in process of creating this. And it's one of the reasons that they have been so on my case to become more present, to become more visible, to become more available. Even though I'm very happy to be available, they really want me to take it to the next level. And to be honest, I really want to take it to the next level. I want to be more available, not to you, but to me, to be more available in everything that I do to my own light, to be able to bow to that more often, more consistently, more. If I were to define the capacity of it, I would say to have greater volume of my light. And I've been asking about this to my team, and that is the purpose of this year. And all these challenges that are coming up for us are giving us this opportunity to say, wait, hold the phone. I am not just a student of spiritual practices. I am not just a seeker of answers from this technique, this modality, this school of thought, this program, etc., etc. I'm not looking necessarily for a career or a religion or a belief system or even a tribe. The only thing we're really designing ourselves to look for right now is our light. It is calling us so fiercely to come inside. Now, there are amazing teachers in the world. I have been so blessed to have amazing teachers. And I hope for some of the people who've taken my class that you've thought that I was hopefully an amazing teacher. And I get notes from you guys all the time. So thank you so much for that, for my encouragement. But the greatest teacher of all, the most amazing teacher for you, your guru, is right here, inside, in your heart. And if you have occupied your time on this planet looking with these eyes out here, no problem. But now it's time to turn them inside. And that call will not wait for you anymore. Because for the last few years, we've been preparing ourselves in our higher self realm. Our higher selves, our souls, have literally been doing all kinds of work in the astral planes. And they are done with their work. Your higher self is done training with whoever you were training with in those places. You have been in some way, shape, or form probably feeling a little disconnected from your light in the last 5, 6, 7, 10 years. Like, where did it go? Why all of a sudden do I feel so much more human than I've ever felt before? And yet I have so many more spiritual tools than I've ever accumulated. It's because our higher selves in some way, shape, or form have really taken a leave of absence, but with purpose. So that higher self has like disconnected and said, hey, Leanne, I'll be back. I'm going to connect to you at 10%, not 100. I'll be back. I got a lot of stuff to do up there and I'll bring it all back down to you. But to get it done faster, let me disconnect a little bit. I'll go up there. I'll get 100 years worth of stuff done in 2 years, 10 years, 5 years, whatever it took. And then I'll come back and I'll bring back that 100 years worth of consciousness as soon as you're ready to accept it. And now, as we step into 2020, as the world is being opened up, as it has been shaken to the core, as it is being reunified through all of these button pushing things, every little button that's getting pushed is an opportunity to connect. And finally, the call from your own higher self to come back home into you and to start this incredible process of downloading into the mind, the consciousness that your higher self has been working with, to bring into the heart the massive amounts of love and passion and compassion that you have been able to receive at that level wants to come into your heart, deep down in your heart space, in the pit of your belly, in that seat of your soul inside of you. There awaits this incredible point where your soul connects to your physical body and everything literally becomes available in this dimension. Like you can't escape from the 3D world. I kind of roll my eyes sometimes when people say that, and I don't mean to, but I know so many people, especially, great seekers of the light who like, oh, I want to disappear. I want to go up. I want to go out. And trust me, I'm one of those people. I did that forever. That's why I'm rolling my eyes. I know that people, that's me. Getting called to come back into the physical realm and to get back into your body and not disappear up there, but to bring that down here and then to embody it. Oh, I even say that word, just to embody your higher self. The feeling of that is like my container, my aura does not feel big enough to hold what I know is coming in. So part of what I wanted to do with you guys today is to, number one, give you this message that this integration, this new level of connection with your higher self, it is, I can say with very, 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 very big confidence, it is nearly inevitable. It is going to happen. Your higher self will rule over your ego self. This download is going to happen. How it's going to happen is going to be up to you. As always, there's two paths you can take, the hard way or the easy way. The path of resistance or the path of allowance. And that's the graceful way. So you have the opportunity to start meditating with intention to connect with your own beautiful light, with the power of that light and with the lovingness of that light, and to create a relationship with your higher self. So let me just bring it down to the ground, like really help ground it, because I'm not asking you to do anything that you don't know how to do. And really, there's no how to answer. Like, how do I do that, Leanne? How do you do it? 100% up to you. My question that I would throw right back to you is, how do you do anything? Are you a meditator? Then use the tool of meditation to make this happen. Are you a chanter? Use the tool of chanting to make this happen. If you are a healer, use your healing modalities. And while you're doing those healing modalities, use that time to place the intention of, I'm healing the relationship between me and my higher self. If you're like Cynthia and you like talking to the runes, you go right ahead and do it. Use what you've got at your fingertips, what already makes sense to you. And by all means, get out of this idea that you need to learn how to make this happen. You, the ego you, doesn't have a clue, and that's okay. You don't need to know how. Your higher self knows how. So all you need to do in this human being you is to make time to say, hey, higher self, how's it going? What's up with you? How do I work with you? And I want you guys all to kind of rewind back, like the first time that you met any guide ever. How did you approach that new relationship? Or if you haven't met a guide in spirit yet, how did you approach learning a new technique? What part of you came to that and said, I want to know about you? Teach me. It's a very innocent thing. It's very simple. So when you sincerely sit with yourself, with your light is equally, probably more so than your effort, your light is calling to you. And it knows what to do. All you have to do is pick up the phone and answer the phone and let your light do all the talking. Just listen. And it will guide you. And one of the really cool things about working with your higher self and knowing how to get your vibration raised to match that higher self is really that there's nobody that's more of an expert at being you than your higher self. Like, your higher self knows it all, knows exactly every fear that you have, knows every single resistance you have, looks at the whole book, can read every single word. There's no secrets, nothing's hidden. Your higher self knows you inside and out from this moment in time to every moment in time. So there's no way to hide from your higher self. And I have to admit that that's probably one of the reasons why we hesitate to turn to that part of us. There's a vulnerability that happens there. There's a like, just, I want to like, I can't put it in words, but I want to like rip my heart open and like show you like what's inside of me and say, oh, go ahead and destroy it. Go ahead and do what you're going to do. I don't have a clue what you're going to do with it, but I have to be exposed. Like, there's this exposure, right? Like, I have a fear, and to step up, I can, in my ego, I go, I'm not afraid of that. And I can behave with faking it. I can make my logical mind convince myself that I'm not afraid of yada, yada anymore. But the soul knows there's truth to saying there's a little fear there. And your true self, your higher self, is going to go right up to that fear and say, hey, you're part of me. I'm a part of you. And I love you. Talk to me. Tell me what you're afraid of. Let's get through it together. And I think that the higher self, if you consider it, if you put it in the framework that it is like a guide, maybe the first time you met Archangel Michael, I was like, whoa, it's Michael. Maybe you got to meet Uriel. And for me, when I met Uriel, I was like, oh my God, it's Uriel. And I freaked out. Maybe the first time you met an elemental friend, you were like, wow, I want to go and play with the elementals. That's amazing. Let me go grow a garden. When you come to your higher self, you have to fall in love. It just happens. It's not like I'm telling you have to. I'm saying there's no other choice. Like, when you really see that higher self in you, when that shining one is right there in your imagery, in your heart, in your awareness, when you call your higher self, whether you see it outside of your physical body or inside in your heart, when you see that higher self and you really let yourself see that and feel it, there is this wow factor. Like, wow, there's no way that that's me. And yet, there's no way that that's not me. I want to know more. And there's this feeling of really beautiful intimacy. So in this meditation that we're going to do today, part of this is I want to, number one, bring in some rays and help you do some healing work. Number two, I'm going to call in the guides from the rays. So if you're not used to working with guides, please do me a favor. Trust me that they're trustworthy. Okay, invite them to do for you the thing you don't know how to do for yourself yet, including how to allow them to serve you. The universe is always ready, willing, and able to serve you. So as you feel that force of color, as you feel the essence of the rays, as you feel the technology and the wisdom inside of these color frequencies and vibrations, it's not just about colors. This is so not kindergarten coloring 101, I promise you. This is light technology. These are the aspects of all of creation. These are the ingredients of your spirit, not just your spirit, but spirit, all of spirit. Everything that's in creation is made up of these colors. They are the elements of you. Blue is your power. It is your force. It is your choice. And I love how Noah was talking about, like, you've got to get over your fear, make a decision, and then make another decision, then make another decision. That's such a blue ray thing to do, is make a decision and stand even in your fear and say, I'm going to confront that and I'm going to get through this. The divination tools that Cynthia was talking about, that's to access your higher wisdom, the wisdom and the knowledge, and to get guidance on the path to take and where am I now and where am I going. That's so yellow ray energy. It's the wisdom consciousness that you have available to you. That is your wisdom. The pink is all of your lovingness. If you need a color spectrum wheel to get a visual, oops, sorry, wrong side, over here on my other side, you've got them all right behind me, these beautiful rays. And these colors, as they come in, they're going to mix together. They're all friends with each other. So if I say green's coming in and you say but there's yellow. Don't worry about it. Just let them all flow together. You might have a personal need for a specific alchemy, and these colors are going to tweak in perfect relationship to you and what you're about. So again, I want you to just focus on falling in love with yourself, the higher self, the authentic self, the true self, the innocent self, the perfect self, the one that does not need healing. Like there's nothing wrong with that one. And then as you start to create this raising of your consciousness, one of the extra things that I'm going to do in this meditation, and this is going to help you get into the energies of 2020 and set the stage for your personal spiritual growth and development for the next 20 years, not just this 1 year, for 20 years, we are going to be building and cultivating our unity consciousness. So what I'd like to do with you is I'd like to help you open up the chakra that is called the stellar gateway chakra. I also reference it as the universal chakra level. So for those of you who need a little lesson on your chakras, you've got your 7 main chakras that run through the center of your body. You can perceive them, if you wish, as beautiful flowers of light that open up. And just like a flower, in the very center of the flower, there's always like the middle of the flower, a tube of light that connects from the very top of your head all the way down through the center of each of those stacked flowers, one on top of the other, down to the base of your spine. And the colors of your inner chakras, those first 7, make up the colors of a rainbow. So Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green for the heart, blue for the throat, indigo for the third eye, and purple for the crown. Then above this, about, you can't see me on my screen, but about a foot above you in your aura, at the top of your aura, is your soul star gateway. Now, most of us light workers who've been training for quite some time have been operating and functioning at that soul level with our soul star gateway partially or fully opened. Now, how open it is depends on how much you've been doing your work, right? The complement to the soul star underneath your body, like literally like a sphere, underneath your body, about a foot underneath you, under the surface of the earth, is your earth star chakra. And the earth star chakra is the gateway, the platform of light that opens up so that you can be in your presence here on this earth. So you can have influence here. And so you can receive all the abundant, nurturing, loving vibrations from the earth plane. Because we didn't come here to float on the surface of the earth. We came here to open up our light channel and to become literally vessels, light body vessels that can download frequencies and light, not only for our own purposes, which is what happens between the earth star and the soul star, but also to deliver it down into the earth. So if God above, spirit above, the etheric planes above, wish to bless the earth, the only way for that to happen is to have open, willing channels on the actual earth, incarnated here in this plane of existence, willing to say, I open my channel, and yes, by all means, fill me with your light, fill me with your love, fill me with your resources and your rays and your colors. Let them be in me, around me, and through me. And then once I'm full and overflowing, let that energy flow down through my earth grids, down through the earth chakra, out into the beautiful planetary network of the light body of the earth. So not only does that fan out across the surface of the earth, but it goes down deep into the core. And in the very center of the earth, there's this ball of beautiful energy that is the spirit of the earth, Gaia herself. So there's this beautiful, what I'll call like a soul earth chakra that's way, way down deep in the center of the earth. And you're one with that chakra. Just like way, way, way above you is source chakra, God chakra, the highest chakra you can get to, the highest one that you can open, like at the very top of the ladder. That's your God center, your source chakra. Now, the one that I want to open for you today is actually the one above the soul star. So we're going up one step, the one that's called the stellar gateway, or like I like to call it, the universal chakra level. And at that universal chakra level, what we start to achieve, by the way, there's a universal chakra above and there's a matching one that's underneath the earth. So you'll start to feel much more grounded, much, much deeper into the earth planes. And you will probably have an acclimation period where you are not only feeling much more of your light and lightening up quite a bit, but you'll also feel a little bit heavier because you're going to be grounding quite a bit also. So there's going to be a new stretching going on, a new integration phase. But you're going to have those chakras above and below opening up so that we can connect collectively to soul groups around the planet, to soul missions around the planet, to, I'll call them your soul peeps, okay? You did not come here with your soul purpose alone. There are teams that have come to the earth to handle every single situation that's going on the planet right now and all the things that are on this violet flame agenda to clean up over the next 2,000 years. So there are some teams that are here to provide new medical technologies. There are some teams that are here about environmental consciousness and awareness. There are some teams that are here as teachers and coaches and mentors for spiritual training. There are some teams that are literally just the moms and the dads and the aunts and the uncles that are raising the next generation of light workers, like the caretaking of the kids, the next ones. There are so many teams. It would take me forever to even start listing them, but there's teams on every color of the rays, and you've probably trained in at least one of these rays prior to coming to this lifetime. Because if you hadn't, you wouldn't be doing the work beyond yourself. You wouldn't be focusing on sharing your light. You would increase your light, you would do your personal work, but you wouldn't necessarily have that need to take the cultivation of that light and all the love and the training and the resources that you have and share it, even with one other person. You wouldn't have that need if you weren't in that category that I'm talking about that I call light workers. So for light workers who have awoken to their personal light, in 2020, and like I said, in the next 20 years ahead, we have the next level of awakening that's taking place. And I cannot stress this enough. Yes, you already have access to your light, but there is so much more that is about to come through if you let it. Okay, so that's exciting, and I could go on and on forever about this. It's kind of like the inspiration that I had for the masterclass series that I've got coming up. So kind of park that in the back of your heads, and I would love for any of you to join me if you're called to do it, if it feels good in your heart. But I want to make sure that we have enough time for this beautiful energetic activation, because I could talk forever. I should say my guides could talk forever with me. So let's take a couple of beautiful deep breaths. If you need to, go ahead and take a minute, stand and stretch your legs, and just kind of adjust your body, because I know you've probably been sitting there as long as I have. I've got one of my legs that just fell asleep, so I'm going to wake that up before I start meditating. If you have any questions so far, feel free to throw them in there in the chat. I've got the chat open, and I'll answer them as I see them popping up. Okay, just to give you a heads up, when I do meditations with people, I don't want you to do anything. I know that's a little bit unusual, but I don't want you to meditate. I don't even want you to meditate, because most people have a definition of what meditation means. And if I had $1 for every time somebody said, "Well, Liam, you know, I tried to meditate and it just didn't work," I'd be a billionaire, I'm pretty sure. So meditation is really just about being present with yourself. I'll do all the work. Your guides are going to do all the work. Your energetic body will respond to everything that we're saying because you're choosing to listen to this meditation. And let's just put your higher self in charge of doing this for you. That's the part you get to play. You ask your higher self to come and connect to you. And then I will welcome the guides and guardians to come in with you. And again, remember to fall in love with yourself. There is a beautiful light, a perfect love, a perfect being, a happy and healed person that you are, that is timeless and effortless and just amazing in every possible way. And the next stage of evolving into that is not going to look like being a healer or fixer. You know, so many of us light workers spend so much time looking for the thing wrong with us so that we can fix it, change it, heal it, and then, okay, let's find the next thing wrong with us, and let's find the next thing wrong with us, and let's learn the next thing that's wrong with us, and the next thing that's wrong with us. That's the hard way. The easiest way to become your light is to stop distracting yourself and wasting time, which is really just like a spiritual procrastination ego technique. Stop turning to what's wrong with you and finding evidence something's wrong with you, because I promise you everything's wrong with you. And nothing's wrong with you at the same time. You will find something wrong with you every time you look for something wrong with you. And what that ultimately does is it just wastes your time and usually lowers your vibration. So the fastest way to raise your vibration is to start asking a different question. What's good in me? What's right in me? What's good in this situation? What's right in this situation? Instead of saying, what's wrong with this? What's right with this? And that's a very violet thing to do, because the energy of violet flame is righteousness. It is freedom. It is liberation from judgments and from persecution. But we are usually our own persecutors. So let's stop doing that to ourselves, and let's start asking a different question. Let's start saying, what's my light all about? Don't look for the shadow. I promise you, if you invite your light to come in, your shadow's got nowhere to hide, and your light will take care of it. And in 3 seconds flat, your light will shine and there will be no shadow left. That's the fastest, easiest way to heal your what's wrongs that you may have come into this world with. Okay? All right, guys. So now that you've had a chance to get comfortable, I want you to bring your palms together, and I want you to close your eyes. Really just kind of tune into your body, and I want you to rock back and forth on your sitting bones. Just make sure you're nice and centered. Rock forward to back, left to right. Just kind of make sure that you've got a nice posture. And then I want you to rub your hands together. We're going to slow everything down. We're going to slow down the mind. We're just going to breathe nicely in, breathe nicely out. Remember, in this meditation, as you're receiving this energy, don't ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? Why is my meditation not working? Ask yourself, what am I doing right? I'm listening to every word. I'm feeling every feeling. I'm opening my heart, even if I don't know how to. I'm opening my mind. I'm making room for possibility. Rub those hands together, guys. Really rub them vigorously. What you're doing here is you are activating the entire body of light that is within you. You are pushing every acupuncture point in your palms. You are clearing the meridians and the chakra points in your body. So just rub, rub, rub until it feels like you're pulling some taffy between your hands till it becomes a little bit of work. And by all means, breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Really let your breath come out. Really pull your breath in. Last time, nice deep breath. Hold it for just a second. Press your palms together as you exhale. Bring it into the heart chakra. Release your breath completely. Now, just take in a big breath into the heart. Really put a little bit of pressure from your thumbs into your chest. I always envision putting a key, a golden key, into the lock of my heart. And I open the lock and let my heart flower unfold. Now you can create whatever imagery you want. Just somehow, some way, become aware that you are plugging into the heart, that you are becoming heart-centered, that the mind even is bowing to the heart by dropping your head forward ever so slightly. And as you take your next few deep breaths, just really feel the very center of your heart chakra. And as you breathe into the center of your heart, become aware of a beautiful spark, your divine spark, your soul essence. Keep a little bit of pressure on your hands. Just keep your breath coming in, keep your breath going out. See if you can relax your breathing a little bit more naturally. Now, as your heart really begins to open, I want you to feel that spark growing with each breath that you take. Now, some people, when they see their inner spark, it looks like a star. It might also look like a flame or a candle or a beam of light. Whatever it is that you see, anything that you see, just go with it. That's perfect for you. So as you begin to turn your inner attention on, as you feel the heart opening, I want you to allow yourself to remember your source. Now that may not make sense in your head, or your ego might say, "Oh, I know what source is. Let me define that. I know exactly what that is because I've learned so much stuff." But I don't want you to think from your ego, and I don't want you to think from your mind. I want you to think from the spark. So allow yourself to go into that spark, to feel the spark enveloping the entire space around your body. So it's kind of a simultaneous reaction. As soon as your consciousness enters the spark by going inward, the spark itself grows in size and envelops everything that is your physicalness. So you'll feel it and sense it outward. So now envision your entire body inside of your spark. And at the same time, you, a little beautiful golden you, are walking into the very center of your spark inside of your heart. And we're going to join that part of you that's going within. But what we do within radiates outward. So just be aware of that. So continue to breathe into your heart and imagine that you are taking a journey across a golden bridge of light, that you are passing through what you can perceive perhaps as a little bit of a dark space, because there's always that unknown as you enter the light. It's kind of why they say that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So as you go into the heart space, don't be too surprised if you've got a tiny little tunnel. Just have faith that there's a light at the end of it. Just keep going to that light inside your heart. And as you come into that light, it's going to overwhelm your senses. Don't worry about that. Just step fully into that light and be there for a few moments. Continue to breathe in, continue to breathe out. When you spend a moment inside of your light, all your senses acclimate. Your inner vision, your inner hearing, all of your psychic abilities begin to turn on and tune in. And then you will see this light unfolding all around you, creating a magnificent inner sanctuary. For in the center of the heart, there is that innermost sanctuary that each and every one of us has. A place of pure, unconditional love. A safe, sacred, safe space where we can heal, where we can mend, where we can do our work, where we can train and meet our guides, and where we can just rest and recuperate. So imagine that sanctuary of the heart all around you, fully present. Sense it, see it, smell it, hear it, taste it, feel it. And now that you are in the center of your heart sanctuary, I want you to turn around back to the door that you came through. And join me as we welcome all of your personal guides and guardians. So whoever works with you in your team in spirit, the angels and the archangels, the masters and teachers, the beautiful teams from the healing ray that you are aligned with in your soul purpose, the reason you came here to serve this world, the color that you represent, let that whole team come through. Welcome your ancestors. Welcome your soul family. All who come into your heart will be cleansed and cleared by the light that is here. So there's no worries that you have to have. Just allow all beings of pure love, pure intention from the highest and truest realms, who are all welcome to join you in this moment to represent that perfect Alpha Omega spirit light. Allow all their God presence to come forward into this space. And as you notice these wonderful beings all collecting around you, there's too many of them to count. The space probably needs to open up a little bit to make room for everyone. And as they enter the heart, open your heart. Drop your fears and drop your separation and drop your resistances. Surrender the shields that your ego has made and really just commune. Be in their loving presence. Feel their loving presence. And allow yourself in return to just love them. Imagine that each and every one of these beings of light around you is opening up their heart chakra with their purest intentions of love and light, and that they are radiating from their souls the purest and highest vibrations that they represent. And they are offering you this beautiful light by shining from the heart their beams, their colors into your heart center. And you are in the center of this sacred space, opening up completely to their love, to their wisdom, to their companionship, to their supportiveness. They believe in you. They believe in you, and they believe in your mission. By opening up your heart to them, you are not giving away your power. You are not telling them to do whatever they want to you. You are not letting them be the boss of your humanity. Your guides are not interested in that. So as you open up your heart, you truly become partners with them. But you are the final decision maker. So as you open up your heart, just give yourself permission to receive. To do what is so natural for us to do, to stop thinking about love and just be love. Stop asking for answers and just be the wisdom of the light. Stop chasing the power that you seek and the refinement of that power. Just be the power of your light. And now finally, as you turn your attention to that beautiful door, as you raise your vibration with the help of all these divine assistants, as you shed away your fears and your insecurities and your unknown resistances and your egoic constructs and your untruths, as you shed away all these judgments that you hold and the limitations you don't even know that you've created, as you let go of all of that, let it all just fade away into the light of all this love. And as you feel your channel becoming purified once again, feel that connection far above your head. At the very top of this chakra, there is an open gateway, a beautiful source of light, as bright as a beam of sunlight coming down over top of your body. And it is the purest, most beautiful rainbow white light coming in through the ceiling above you. As you perceive this, the space around you expands. The capacity of your aura triples in size. There is a field of connection that is being built from your soul star chakra to the earth star chakra to reinforce and to establish the presence of you, the awakened humanity that you are, to create through your humanity a beautiful rainbow bridge of light that runs through every single one of your chakras inside of your body. And that connects you to the earthly plane at the earth star beneath you and to all of the divine planes above you at the soul star level. And as you feel this beautiful structure of light around you, turn your attention now to that beautiful doorway of light once again and see your own higher self entering this space. Just breathe. Notice the doorway opens. Feel this beautiful one coming forward. Sometimes the higher self takes on the image of a master, a teacher, a guru, or a wise one that is the perfect metaphor to give you a message about who you are in your higher self. Sometimes that metaphor comes from the animal kingdoms, or sometimes it can just be a shape or color. So whatever it is that you sense and feel, let that beautiful one, the true self of your own spark, the one that is in all things of your own personal existence, let that beautiful being come forward to you and connect. Now just be yourself. You know how to make a new friend. You know how to welcome this higher self to be in your universe. So just feel that connection and allow yourself to connect with that one. And as you become one with your own higher self, feel that beautiful stream of light that flows far beyond the top of this heart chakra chamber. And meet me all the way above your soul star. Enter that rainbow bridge white light connection and travel with me all the way up to your stellar gateway. And as you come to that space, gently, patiently, very humbly but lovingly and powerfully, choose of your own free will to unlock this level of your own beingness. In other words, touch the center of that chakra, open the gate, choose to let it shine, turn it on, do what is in your intuition to do to express your willingness to begin this unfolding. And as soon as you open that universal chakra, feel the divine assistance and partnership immediately at this level, increasing the support for you, the abundance and resources for you. The moment you open this chakra, you are choosing to use your life force energy, your life lessons, your wisdom to shine in the world in service. Along with this service and with this pure intention to elevate the consciousness here on our planet, not only for yourself, but for the allness of all beings, of all life, of the planet itself even. This comes with great responsibility, but it also comes with great assistance. It comes with infinite resources, infinite connection, infinite networking at this soul family level. So begin to feel that expansion. Feel your universal chakra reaching out around the planet, connecting through a multiple layers of grids throughout all this field of creation, and wrapping all the way around your being down to the universal chakra underneath your earth star, deep in the earth. Feel that wonderful connection from your universal chakra above, sealing down below in the universal chakra below. And let's just take a few moments and allow the space inside of that new sphere to be filled with the most perfect alchemy, in absolute alignment with your soul's personal blueprint, what you chose purposefully to bring to this world. Begin to align with the multitude of beings at this next level who are here to support you, not just your personal growth, but our collective growth. And allow me, please, to introduce you to one very special archangel. He is the head of the team on what is known as the aquamarine ray. This is one of the secret alchemy rays that we've worked for many generations to become strong enough on this planet to start bringing in this frequency to our earth and to our own personal soul growth. So aquamarine energy is very, very powerful, but it is so gentle at the same time. You may know its energy as the energy of the high heart chakra. But when you bring it into this universal chakra level, you take in not just that high heart level, but you take in every part of aquamarine energy. So allow me to welcome to you the Archangel Anankiel. And he is this beautiful being of aquamarine light, every shade of teal, from blue to green, deep and dark to almost white. So he holds in his embodiment the whole frequency of the aquamarine light. And there is a beautiful showering of that aquamarine color cleansing your unity chakra, your universal chakra. Feel that aquamarine pooling in the center of this space and coming down through your central channel, blending in perfectly with this rainbow white light bridge, coming down and embodying itself, becoming even more physical inside of you at that high heart chakra level. As it comes down through your energetic channel, it will distribute itself through each of your chakras. The aquamarine will touch each one of those beautiful power centers within you to add unity consciousness all the way down to your root chakra. But it will rest and reside in a resting state right at that high heart level where the heart chakra meets your throat chakra. Take a few beautiful breaths and allow yourself in the presence of your wonderful team all around you. In the presence of the Archangel Anankiel, a new friend who will help coach you to operate at this level as effortlessly as possible, and to help you receive the blessings of being servant at this level. And finally, turn your attention back to your own beautiful higher self and see that aquamarine spark radiating from your higher self's high heart to your personal physical high heart chakra. And then very gently bring your palms pressed together from the center of your heart up just a little bit to that high heart level. Bring your prayer position and center it at the high heart. Take in a few beautiful breaths, allowing this to become the new center of your being, the new center of your love and awareness, the new center of your conscious livingness. And as you're breathing in, as you're breathing out, again, feel the love. Feel the peace. Feel the support and the strength. Feel the confidence within you to begin this journey of integration, and know that as you use this energy within you and around you and for all, that you are so loved and so supported that you will never be alone, that you are part of something great and amazing, that you have nothing to be afraid of, that you are here to create a brand new, beautiful world. Your love matters. Your light matters. Inside of all of you is everything you could possibly need to succeed on your mission, to achieve your goals, and to begin behaving in the world of humanity as the light being that you truly are, masterfully. and know that we will do it together. So from my heart to each and every one of you, with so much love and so much respect and so much gratitude and so much excitement, I bow to you, my beautiful friends, my soul family. Namaste. Namaste. Now, as you are ready to, just very softly become aware of your body. Do not stop the connection to the aqua light. Do not close your chakras. Don't do anything. Don't even come out of your heart. Stay in the heart, but turn back towards that beautiful door that you enter the heart with, and look through that door with the love and the power and the wisdom of your heart now turned on and illuminated. Let that light from the heart shine outwards through that door. You now stand firmly centered in your consciousness, in your beingness, in your lovingness. This is your home. This is where you belong. This is where you have the power to create a world that you love and a life that you love living. So stay right here in the heart. Don't budge 1 inch. You belong here. This is where you ground into. Taking a deep breath, becoming aware that you are firmly established in the seat of your heart, in the light of your spirit, in the care of your beautiful team of guides and guardians, and in God's wonderful energy. Allow yourself now to turn your attention back to the world. Bright, beautiful, centered, balanced, free, and amazing. When you are ready to, you can softly open your eyes and stretch your body. You are welcome to take a couple of deep breaths. And when you are ready, you can certainly move around a little bit, take a drink of water, ground however you prefer to do it. Again, you are an expert at grounding your physicalness. But remember, your grounding space is really your heart. All right, my friends, I want to thank you so much for letting me share this beautiful opportunity to raise your vibration from wherever you've been to wherever you're meant to be, to stand firmly in your light, to fearlessly love, and to expand your awareness and to know that this is your world. You came here to love it, to create within it, and to affect it positively. So no more being afraid of all the stuff that we see. It's just more places to get busy. Okay? There will be more messages. There'll be more time for us to connect in the days and the weeks, the months and the years to come. But until then, know that you are always in my heart. Even if we don't talk for ages, I love you. We are one soul family, and you are always in my prayers. So thank you so much to each and every one of you for being you, for contributing your piece to this great, beautiful light that we share. Namaste.